One of the most important fresco cycles of the Middle Ages is located here in the Museum of Santa Maria Novella, in a space known as the Spanish Chapel. Now, when it was first built in the 14th century, it was actually the chapter house of the Dominican convent, which was essentially a boardroom. But then the rights of the chapel were taken over by a certain Bonamico Guidalotti and would eventually become his burial place. And in fact, Bonamico left a sum of money for the walls of the chapel to be decorated. And they were so in the year 1366 by an artist named Andrea di Buonaiuti, who was so famous outside of Florence that even in Florence he was known as Andrea da Firenze. And the fresco cycle is extraordinary because it celebrates the order that is actually housed here, and that is the Dominican order. On the altar wall, we see this massive crucifixion image with the carrying of the cross down in the lower left and the descent into limbo in the lower right. On the wall to the left, we have the allegory of Christian learning, with the Dominican order's greatest theological mind, St. Thomas Aquinas, sitting in triumph, surrounded by the great authors of the Old and New Testament, and then below him the various academic disciplines, both theological and liberal arts as well. And then on the wall opposite, we actually have a painting known as the Triumph of the Church, which illustrates how the teachings of the Dominicans actually help all of us to obtain salvation. And the image begins in the lower left and then gradually makes its way all the way up to the top, where we have the figure of Jesus Christ waiting for us as well. And so, like the Dominican order itself, whose main objective was to fight against heresy and to reinforce the teachings of the church, so too do the frescoes here in the Spanish chapel achieve the same goal. Now, why Spanish chapel? Well, because later in the 16th century, the Spanish Duchess of Florence, Eleonora of Toledo, chose this chapel to be her official court chapel, and that's when the nickname was actually given to it. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Rocky's Italy, so that you don't miss out on any of the great content that's all shot here directly in Italy.